Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and participants from around the world, welcome to the Taiwan Internet Governance Forum 2023. We are gathered here today for an essential discussion on the future of the Internet. Today's forum is jointly organized by TWIGF and TWNINC, with the support from Ministry of Digital Affairs. We are honored to have some exceptional speakers with us today, each sharing a few words for the forum. First, please welcome Kuo-Wei Wu, Chairperson of the Board, TWIGF. Let's welcome Mr. Wu.
Thank you very much. I think this is a very special moment, because Taiwan is approaching south of the Taiwan, but should be okay in Taipei, okay? And first of all, I think I have to thank our Minister Audrey Tang and also our Deputy Minister Lee Chun and ICANN board member Becky Burrr and Edmund Chung, and also my old friend William Jack and Mitch Gold, and then Milton Muller and Janet Harmon, and also Enrio. And also very interesting is and Pablo from the Epinic. And we also have a 4 Japanese friend. It's from Japan ISP Association. It surprised me is our Japanese friend come to the TWIGF almost every year, even in the COVID-19 season, So I think it's a really great time to see all the old friends over here. And this is a nice meeting for the TWIGF. Next year will be the 10th, and it's so great because next week, the UN IGF will be held in the Kyoto, and as I know, many of them will be fly to the Osaka. Some of them is go on the 6th, some of them is go on the 7th, and I will be there on 7th too. And so we are so lucky to have this particular moment to invite all the our friend and coming here. And this is also the first year in the TWIGF, we have a tutorial day. And we thank all our friends, and also the Taiwanese expert professor to join them to talking about the digital sovereignty, the digital economy, disinformation, and also the digital human rights in the whole day. And also we are talking about ICANN, particularly try to encourage more and more Taiwanese people go to the ICANN meeting, And so it's very tight schedule yesterday. We start from the 9:30 to 5:20 p.m. We only have a lunch break, less than 1 hour, only 45 minutes, And for each session, we almost do not have any break. And if the people like to drink, they have to walk away by themselves, So, but finally, we really make the tutorial day wonderful. And hopefully, we can continue to developing this tutorial day to so-called the School of Internet Governance, That will be similar like what they did in Europe and in Africa, So hopefully Taiwan will be the next one. We can open the School of Internet Governance. And I believe all my friends were still supporting me to doing that, So I think again, welcome all of you to come to the nice, TWIGF meeting. And I'd like to, welcome our Minister, Audrey Tang. Yep.
Thank you, Mr. Wu. Thank you. Please take your seats. Following him, we have Kenny Huang, Chairman of TWNINC, to share his greeting with us. Let's welcome Mr. Huang.
Okay, good morning. Mr. Audrey Tang, Deputy Minister of the Chun, and Becky Burrr, the ICANN board member, and Edmund Chung, ICANN board member, and so far away, Professor William Zhou, and also Professor Milton Muller, and Jenny, and Unreal, and all distinguished guests. We have a long list. Apologize. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, and my name is Kenny Huang, Chair of APNIC and TWNIC. I'm so honored to be here and to welcome you to the Taiwan Internet Governance Forum 2023. Actually, today's topic is very simple, very straightforward. Our purpose today is try to discuss the internet. It's something that deeply impacts our life. And the internet is just like a super digital playground offering opportunity to learn, to connect, and to innovate. But also, it brings a lot of potential challenges for us, especially how to, for example, like how to mitigate the potential safety to ensure the internet safety and to ensure our fairness for everyone. That's the general purpose for our goal for discussing on the Internet Governance Forum. In this forum, we have fantastic opportunity. Basically, we can discuss and share our idea and experience to make the internet a better place. And actually, you can also contribute your insight to share with us. Each of your insight basically have different perspectives that also benefit our discussion and make our discussion more valuable. So actually, we are here today to discuss the internet, and also we try to embrace different voices from you, all of you, and thank you for your participation. And from Taiwan point of view, Taiwan has a great history in the technology innovation. So again, I believe that's our chance to hold a chance to lead in internet governance regime as well. In today's seminar, and basically we're going to cover a lot of topics, a lot of issues in this seminar. I encourage you to actively participate, ask questions, whatever question you can ask, and share your thoughts openly. Together, we can find the solutions that address the challenge we face today, and try to create a positive digital space that benefits everyone. Finally, I sincerely thanks for your participation. Thank you for joining us today. I believe work together, we can shed a bright future a bright digital future for all of us. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Huang. Please take your seats. Next, please welcome Audrey Tang, Ministry of Digital Affairs, to give his remarks. Let's welcome Mr. Tang.
Distinguished international guests, the organizers told me that I should speak in Taiwanese Mandarin now for the domestic audience, so I'll switch to Mandarin. 吴国元老师、黄成荣老师、李春次长，所有在场的朋友们，非常高兴能够来这边跟大家分享我们关于全民数位韧性的看法。大家可以看到今天的这个 TWIGF 的题目，其实就是在因应各种新兴的。不管是科技还是科技对于社会造成的新兴的这些影响的冲击，那每次碰到冲击的时候，怎么样不但快速恢复，而且还能够建立更好的系统啊？那这个就是我们数位发展部的初衷，叫做全民数位韧性。那举例来讲，好比像说，在面临各种网络的情况，好比像今年年初马祖的情况等等的时候，我们要结合陆海空三维的网络，那不但是透过多重的卫星等等进行备援，而且呢，也在可能就是3个电信商的基地台碰到各种程度不一的冲击的时候，要透过像灾难漫游或者是给警消专用的频宽等等 PPDR 这些新兴的技术去确保说，我们能够及时的恢复，而且 且还有回应的能力啊。那除此之外，还有一个很重要的就是我们在数位的产业上面碰到像今天也提到的AI 的冲击等等的时候，怎么样快速的让各行各业都能够数位转型，而不能够落下好比像中小事业啊、微型事业啊等等的这些商家。那当然一方面大家知道有台湾云市集的这个平台，可以去把我们的资讯服务业者的能量，特别是关于数据的处理的能量能够快速的分享给所有的中小的商家。另外也让很多大三、大四刚毕业的朋友变成数位青年 T 大使啊。那这个 T 大使他可能接近90%不是资讯的本科系，但是因为是 digital native， 就是数位的原生世代，所以也能够一下子就能够因应这种最新的冲击。我们还在试着适应的时候，他们都已经非常熟练的在使用包含地端的生成式 AI 等等。那这些朋友们在3个月之内的平均就业率也超过50%哦，所以其实是蛮好的一个各行各业数位转型的一个做法。那所以最后就是想提一下，就是刚刚有提到京都的接下来周末要办的 IGF 嘛，那在里面的 Day Zero 有一场专门就是讲 Declaration for the Future of the Internet， 就是未来网际网络宣言 DFI 哦。DFI 是我们在2022年呢也在外交部的协助之下，我跟60个不同的国家的伙伴共同签署的。那这个就是把网际网络不是只是当作工具，而是当作一个韧性的一个价值，把它当作一个 digital public infrastructure， 一个数位的公共建设，是由各国这现在60几个不同的会员一起加入。那这也是很少见的，就是台湾是一个 full partner， 在里面是一个完整的伙伴的这样子一种国际的一种协定。那这个协定也是建筑在我们网际网络多方利害关系人治理的这个概念上，也就是说，并不是说好像政府来决定说这个公共建设要怎么做，而是说各国政府去 commit 说我们各方利害关系人所凝聚出来这些共识、共同价值跟共同的智慧，那我们都要 honor， 都要能够尊重它，而且把它变成网际网络的核心价值。所以我想最后就是这些核心价值才是我们做这些技术的工作的根本啊。技术必须要服务这些包含人权、民主等等这些价值。那也很希望在接下来这个 TWIGF 论坛里面，能够集思广益，收敛到更多我们能够来实行在网际网络上面捍卫人权、民主价值的一些做法。谢谢大家，谢谢。
Thank you, Mr. Tom. Please take your seat. We are also privileged to invite Chun Lee, Deputy Minister, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, joining us today. Let's welcome Mr. Lee.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I was also invited to deliver my welcome remarks in English, but sorry, in Chinese, but it's a bit awkward for a foreign ministry official to speak in Mandarin, so I probably will try to present my opening remarks in bilingual approach. 早安各位，唐部长，吴委员长 Commissioner, sorry, I'm mixture with the Mandarin with the English. Kenny Huang 老朋友，还有各位在场的先进，大家早安。I'm here today with two hats. The first hat is certainly as the Deputy Foreign Minister of Taiwan. My second hat is actually a former member of this community. I was part of the discussion before the pandemic on digital trade because before I joined the Foreign Ministry earlier this year, I was working as a research fellow in one of the think tanks in Taiwan. And one of my research areas is actually digital trade, especially the creation of the disciplines on digital trade. So in that capacity, I was invited with great pleasure to be one of the panelists before the pandemic. For today's forum, the keywords are fragmentation, geopolitics, AI revolution, and resilience. I guess if I didn't join the ministry, I'll be invited as a panelist again. But unfortunately, as a foreign service official, I can only speak introductory or welcome remarks now. So hopefully next year I'll come back as a panelist. Finger crossed. Before I joined the foreign ministry, I probably, like many of you here today, imagined the life of a diplomat as a person who involved a lot of drinking of very nice wines, going into nice places, dressed in very decent suits, and talking beautiful words. Unfortunately, that is not the life for diplomats in Taiwan. in the last 8 months, what I learned is that diplomats in Taiwan, rather than diplomats, we are more like soldiers, because we are fighting against geopolitical pressures. We are fighting against isolation approaches that's being launched by our malign adversaries in the last 20 years. So every year, every day, on a daily basis, we face uncertainties, and we need to think creatively and come up with innovative solutions to address those challenges. So it's really fighting a battleground of diplomats, foresters, rather than diplomats with nice wine. Certainly we drink wines, but not in the very happy mood. So one of the reasons that makes our life miserable is actually the surge of disinformation in light of geopolitical tensions. Taiwan is constantly standing at the front line of global disinformation campaign, and certainly you can imagine the source of disinformation. Well, many of them come from outside Taiwan, but also partially also come within Taiwan. So it's again a kind of daily struggle. Certainly, MODA under the leadership of Minister Tang is also fighting against the disinformation war. But for foreign ministry in Taiwan, that's also our daily assignment as well. One of the concerns that is related to today's foreign is actually AI revolution and resilience. We're seeing the surge of AI-involved disinformation campaigns. So anything in the disinformation area that involves quantity, AI definitely plays a role, because AI is much better than human beings to create large number of anything that helps to enforce the message through that disinformation wants to convey to the population. So AI is something that we would like to see more discussions on how can we build a higher level of resilience against AI-based disinformation. And that is certainly one of the topics for discussion today. So before I conclude, I would like to make a brief summary of what I've just said in Mandarin. 我刚才花了几分钟谈一下这个台湾的外交工作，一点都不优雅。我以为外交人员喝很多的红酒，穿西装，然后出入饭店。其实台湾的外交工作，我在过去8个月学习到，一点都不是这么优雅的生活。我们每天都在打仗，所以与其说我们是外交人员，不如说我们是这个soldier，就是士兵。因为每一天我们的外交工作充满了变化，充满了限制，充满了各种无法想象的这个问题，然后我们都要用很有创意的方式去处理它，所以要请大家一起来帮忙，来共同为我们的外交奋斗。第二个就是说，这个今天的主题有这个就地缘政治跟 AI 还有韧性，那这几个也是外交工作上碰到常见的问题，因为AI。看起来跟这个 disinformation 就是所谓虚假讯息的结合越来越深。那任何涉及到数量的虚假讯息的这个领域呢 ，AI 可能都会比人类来得更厉害，因为他们不需要睡觉，而且他们很快的可以产生大量的这个讯息啊，所以假草根这些问题都会出来。那我很高兴今天我们这个论坛会讨论到这个议题，未来不管是外交，不管是国际，不管是我们商业上面这些问题，恐怕都会是我们需要去正视的问题。好，所以再次感谢外交部，谢谢这个今天主办单位邀请我们来，也很荣幸有这个机会来跟大家分享一些我们外交上面的处境。那希望大家可以跟我们一起努力。好，以上，谢谢 ，Thank you。
Thank you, Mr. Lee. Please take your seat. Next, we have Becky Burrr, member of the Board of Directors ICANN, who will provide her brief remarks. Let's welcome Ms. Burrr.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Kuo-Wei, for inviting me to participate. It's an honor to be here and to share the stage with Minister Chung and Deputy Minister Lee, and with all of my friends, my colleague Edmund Chung, Kenny Huang, who I've worked with for years, and the other distinguished guests. We had a wonderful day yesterday. I just want to say you've chosen your themes for this conference very wisely. We are, in fact, at a critical time in terms of fragmentation and geopolitics. AI is posing new challenges to security, and resilience is both part of the answer to those challenges and also a source of an outcome of responding to them with clarity and determination. When it comes to the internet and internet governance, Taiwan has been a leader for years. And I have personally had the pleasure of working with your people on this journey. Not only do you enjoy broad access to fast internet, and according to Freedom House, one of the freest internet online environments in Asia, that doesn't surprise me. Taiwan was one of the very first governments to actively support the global multi-stakeholder approach to internet governance, working very closely with the United States government when we were thinking about transitioning and the creation of ICANN, and participating in both the global forum on the white paper that preceded ICANN's creation in 1998 and the very first official ICANN meeting that took place in Singapore in 1999. As Kuo-Wei remembers, Taiwan was one of fewer than 20 governments that came to that meeting in Singapore, where the government representatives met on the floor, as I recall. And TWNIC was one of only a very small handful of country code top-level domain administrators. Throughout ICANN's history, Taiwan has played a leadership role. In addition to Kuo-Wei's wonderful leadership and his service on the board, both Manju Chen, who I'm sure is here somewhere but I haven't seen, and Kenny Huang are so renowned in ICANN that they have been memorialized as superheroes in ICANN card decks. Later this month, ICANN will celebrate its 25th birthday. Today, 176 country code top-level domains participate in the country code organization. 182 governments and 38 IGOs participate in ICANN's Government Advisory Committee. And the ICANN community consists of thousands of active members from name and number registries, from technical community, and from internet users around the globe. But one thing has not changed. Just as John Postel said more than 25 years ago, and in relationship to ICANN, we still have a lot of work to do in these interesting times we live in. I am very grateful for the contribution that Taiwan has made and continues to make to the success of the multi-stakeholder model and the future of the internet. So thank you, and I'm sure we will have a couple of very interesting days.
Thank you, Ms. Burrr. Please take your seat. And finally, please welcome Edmund Chung, CEO of DotAsia organization, who will share his thoughts with us. Let's welcome Mr. Chung.
Ministers, distinguished guests, Kuo-Wei, Kenny, 很高兴来到台湾，非常感谢你们再次邀请我。这一次，从2019年之后再次来到 TWIGF， 心情确实是有点蛮有感受的。Now, because my Mandarin is too bad, I will continue in English. But coming here again since 2019, coming here from Hong Kong, I'm really excited to see the work that is being done here. The theme of these 2 days, I think, is really right on. We are at a critical moment. The global internet governance ecosystem is at a critical moment right now. And this morning, my son just called me and said, you know, I'm having a flu. Can I, why can't I just go to school via Zoom? I was like, he's 8. And we at the internet governance community has been using web conferencing for a very long time. But this world has changed. My son got into grade school 3 years, he's in grade 4. This is the first year that he has most of his time at school rather than in front of a screen. And somehow he actually prefers the screen. the other day, my daughter, who's 10, told me that she just got into middle school, and teachers are actually teaching her how to use AI to help her through her homework. That's great. I was like, wow, that's cool. I thought schools don't let you to use AI. But at the same time, I was thinking, you know, it's great to have hybrid school. It's great to have AI. But what about, you know, privacy? What about the issues there? There are still a lot of challenges. And going forward, while we have more than 20 years of internet governance experience behind us, the challenges are changing. It's much broader. I don't know what my daughter is talking to ChatGPT about. I mean, yes, it's great to help her homework, but what about those? What about the disinformation that's out there? Those are all issues that challenge us, the internet governance ecosystem. And just a few years ago, AI governance used to be not part of internet governance. In fact, we try not to talk about it. But those lines are blurring. AI governance, data governance, internet governance. I believe the lines are blurring. And at the center of it is really about digital rights, about privacy, about those rights that we hold dearly and both ministers mentioned about. And in terms of protecting those rights, I think legislations are one way, but don't forget about the global multi-stakeholder community. The tensions that both ministers mentioned about the local and geopolitics, especially the assertion of digital sovereignty and ideas like that, do threaten the one unfragmented internet in some way, shape, or form, even when they're targeted at the user layer or application layer, as we internet governance people like to say. They create threat to the technical layers as well. So the global multi-stakeholder model is put to test now. Coming up with, we have the Global Digital Compact, the Summit of the Future, the WSIS Plus 20. All of this is going to really shape the next good few decades of internet governance. Becky just mentioned that we are going to celebrate 25 years of ICANN. I was just in Seoul that celebrated 25 years of APTLD. And that reminds me that for those of you who know me, I've been championing for internationalized domain names for 25 years. That's what got me to ICANN. And this is the community, I think, that really needs to step up. I know Kuo-Wei is still skeptical about Chinese domain names, but without which we cannot have a multilingual internet, without which digital inclusion on the internet is not complete. And Becky mentioned as well with Kuo-Wei, Kenny, and Manju, who must be in the room somewhere. We see here in Taiwan really a different generations coming in. I'm really excited to see the youth IGF people from Taiwan here as well. So all of this, Kuo-Wei yesterday asked, why do we have so many meetings? Well, because we have lots to talk about and because we want to build the relationship. It's about the relationship as well as the things that we discuss. And both ministers mentioned also, it is the relationship that is important for the global multi-stakeholder internet to continue. So I'm excited to come back to TWIGF, but one thing I want to leave with is also at DotAsia, we serve as the secretariat for the Asia-Pacific Regional Internet Governance Forum. So next year, we're coming back here to Taipei. We're really excited that the Asia-Pacific Regional Internet Governance Forum will be here in Taipei. So as I wish you really fruitful meeting for this 2 days, we will unfortunately miss you. Next week, at least we will miss many of you next week in Kyoto. But we'll promise to bring the entire Asia-Pacific internet community back here next year for the APR IGF. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chung. Please take your seat. Now we are inviting the organizers, Mr. Wu, Mr. Huang, Minister Tang, Deputy Minister Lee, Ms. Burrr, and Mr. Chung onto the stage again for a group photo. In the first round, we would also like to invite For the first round, we will also like to invite William Drake from Columbia Institute for Teleinformation, Milton Mueller from Georgia Institute of Technology, United States, Professor Jeanette Hoffman, Henriette Esther Heisen from APC, Pablo Hinojosa, Strategic Engagement Director of APNIC, to join the group photo. Please make your way onto the stage. Are we ready? Please look toward the camera. Great. Next, please give a thumbs up gesture towards the camera. Thank you for your cooperation. Please remain on the stage for a moment. For the next round, we will also like to invite members from JAPA and more distinguished guests to take the second group photo. That's Don't Be Shy. Can we slightly turn our body towards the camera? Yes, can we see everyone's face? Don't be shy. Let's look toward the camera and slightly turn our body. Next, please give a thumbs up gesture. Great. Thank you all for joining TWIGF 2023 and wish the event a great success.